Well now, shit the bed.
Welcome to the shit show. We got Matt Matters, JC Winning, and Freddy B. Robin.
B. Robin. Man. Well, fellas and ladies, we got a pretty good show for you tonight. What we got to start off with tonight, Mr. Matters?
I ain't got a goddamn clue.
Not a clue. Look,
But hey, I want to tell you a secret.
Hey, you got a hole in your beer there.
Oh yeah, it makes it vent so it come out a lot.
Oh.
It's like a carburetor on the back of an old bone.
Oh.
You just kind of pull.
Yeah.
Keeps the indigestion down. Trust me.
Is that right?
I can't kid me.
The indigestion.
Right here. Poke that mother. See if they're indigestion.
Yay. Let's see if I can do this without jacking myself up.
There you go. That's all you gotta do. Now take a pull. See if it ain't a little bit of.
Man, I feel
you know you have secured your position in the Alcoholics Hall of Fame when you vent your beer.
Dang right, man. You gotta know what you do.
Man,
you gotta do like Ava. Hold that pinky up.
No, the pinky?
Hold the pinky up.
I can't
Drink
do
the
it.
cow piss with your pinky up. Tastes better that way. But don't put the pinky down.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You gotta hold it up.
Does that mean I don't give no fucks?
I don't know what.
Is that what the
means.
pinky? Is
Yes,
that what the pinky means?
That is
No
zero
fucks?
fucks given.
Okay. So what you been doing? What you been doing today, JC?
Well, I got kind of wasted last night, so I was kind of not doing much of nothing. I've been waiting till this hour right here, Beer 30,
Beer 30
with Matt Matters on the Shit Show.
You know, us non-alcoholics like to call that shit show o'clock.
Shit Show o'clock.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Nice to know from the citizens.
Oh.
Gotta have them.
I love it. Us non-alcoholics. Man, yeah, like I drink beer every day.
I do.
Well, well, like every hour on the hour. It's like, 7:30 in the morning.
Well, let me tell you something. What I done.
What?
I rode around today earlier, and I pointed out, Freddy here, how what was that? Family Dollar got the old clearance sale every day. I call shenanigans, man. How can you have a clearance event every day?
Right? Besides, who the hell's Clarence anyways?
I don't know.
Oh.
No.
Goody's been going out of business for.
It's closed finally.
Yeah. No, we talking about
But yeah, that Family Dollar, they've always
Yeah.
got a flag hanging over the door. There's some kind of clearance sale, a red tag sale.
there ain't no way. What is this, Harbor Freight? How does Harbor Freight have sales every day, like coupons? What's up
The
with
coupons. Coupons.
Hey. Don't talk about the coupons like that. You respect the coupons.
Hey. If I knew how to work a pair of scissors, I'd probably chop coupons too. But I'm just a floor guy. That's all. Just a floor guy. Don't need to know much, nothing else.
All right.
So, Mr. Matters,
Let me see what we got.
see, we got some good news.
Hey, the Kiwanis Fair's coming October 14th through the 20th.
Oh.
They're going to have a shit-a-sin night.
Shit.
And, Tractor Supply's got a good sale going on. Buy one, get one half off on the dog food.
Oh,
You
dog
might
food.
want to hang on to that one.
Especially if you got coupons.
That could. Look at this. You can get a chainsaw and a free Husqvarna blower for your meth head to steal for Christmas.
Ooh.
That's a good deal
Yeah.
for all the meth heads around
You
here.
know, for all the stealing we do, they do, I feel like we should go around and just see what it is the meth heads and the junkies all want for Christmas, so we can just put it out front on the lawns, so they ain't gotta break into our sheds and our trailers and our homes and just take it.
Well, I think if...
They want meth.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because I think if we give them what
I
they want,
suppose,
we
I
would be
suppose.
incriminating ourselves.
But I feel like that just makes life too easy for them. We should give them stuff that they have to go and pawn. There you go. Make them work for it.
Make 'em work
You
for it.
want to be high, you going to work for it.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, how about this one?
What?
It's, got a man 23 years of arrested, possession of drugs. Marijuana. Oh, hey.
Marijuana.
The detection of the smell of marijuana. They didn't just
So they didn't even find any marijuana. They just basically came up and said, "I smell marijuana in the vehicle," and that is going to be deemed as
Probable
Calls.
cause, I reckon, search.
So, you know what I want to know? Somebody had mentioned that there was hemp field somewhere between here and Enterprise.
yes,
I've been
On
looking for
134.
yeah.
Well, and that's how we went to Enterprise today. And I didn't see them, but when we went past that Caroline store,
You can smell
I was
it.
like, hoo-wee, I wish I wasn't just
I
out.
thought you were talking about up 84. I went up 84. I was like, dude, ain't nothing but cotton fields.
No, no.
134.
So does that mean if they pull somebody over near Caroline's with all them hemp fields there?
Oh,
Hey.
could that be probable cause? That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like how you're thinking there. We got scarecrows in the park. Scarecrows in the park.
Now, I will tell you, the scarecrows in the park, that is pretty neat. And it's down there at the lake. You can take your children and walk through and see all the local businesses and people who put their little scarecrows out there. If you've never been there. Now, I know there's some people out there going, well, I've fucking been there before, Jonathan. I know what scarecrows in the parks is. Well, some people don't. So stop giving me shit.
I think we should do a shitty crow in the park.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I did call, but I can't get nobody to call me back that supposedly has the answer as to whether anybody can put a scarecrow out there or if you have to go through some sort of approval process that I'm sure we would be declined.
Right.
I think it's what, $2 to walk through it. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. And, and plus, you're keeping your parks up because the money that they do charge you to go inside the state parks, keep up for the lawn service. They
Oh,
keep
yeah.
up the playgrounds and yada yada yada. So I mean, you're really doing a good thing. It's not like you're just putting money in some dipshit's pocket
Yeah, right.
for no reason.
Helps that
Oh,
lake area. And then we got Residents Fight Bar reopening. The
Mm.
Soggy Bottom. That's got bad news written all over it. But that's just my opinion.
right. Well, I mean, everybody's been talking about that Soggy Bottom Bar dealing with all the murders and stuff like that, all the shootings and stabbings and all that. So I mean, who was the last person that actually got shot on those grounds?
I can't remember the old boy's name. I did something about him just the other day. And
There was something on the group about it too, and I don't remember the name.
yeah, no, they said old CJ Lane killed him, but he ain't gonna be held accountable for it because they got him on other charges of something different that's gonna send him up the road for 100 years. But hey,
Mm.
nice to let the citizens know that that's taken care of, ain't it?
Right, right.
And
Mm.
got that. Wait, I was gonna say something the other day about that little Harlem down here.
Little Harlem.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple people shot out there and stabbed, but you know what? A lot of that stuff does not get mentioned.
Well, the old boy that got killed was shot by the guy that got arrested for the shooting is the wrong guy.
It's the wrong guy.
It's the wrong guy. It's his brother. Brother did the shooting.
Arlick McCaskill, 22 years old. He's so young.
So young.
So in other words, he took the rap for his brother.
Mm-hmm.
So his brother's still roaming free.
He's a
The guy that
Arlick
actually
McCaskill.
done the shooting.
Yeah. And
Wow.
And the police are all right with that?
We'll do the minute said I did it. So.
Is that a
What
Rios?
can you do?
I thought maybe.
McSkill?
Well, I don't know.
McCaskill?
But it just seems like an awful lot of stuff goes either completely unreported or there are so many stories that you never know. Like the jail. We talked about the jail stabbing a few weeks ago. Did anybody ever find out anything specific about that?
No. Not
It
one
never
thing
was-
mentioned.
It was never even reported. I wonder why that was. I ain't saying nothing because that Terman guy seems to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of people that say give this guy a chance because everybody that you talk to that knows Dennis Meeks knew what a shitty sheriff this guy actually was. Some people will swear up and down that he was a great man, but it seems like there's more people that are against this guy that outweighs the people that are for him.
Put that in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, where am I as a regular citizen? Who am I going to believe? Just a handful of people, or a majority of people say no, this guy's bad news, and I'm glad he's not sheriff anymore.
Well, I'll tell you a secret though.
Well, I think it goes to show his character, the fact that he took all that money when he left. I mean,
Well, you still got $110,000 worth of military equipment missing.
$110,000 worth of military equipment.
Might want to hang on to that.
Well, when you say military equipment, are we talking tanks? We talking Humvees? We talking
Well, they got some Humvees, but
guns?
they accounted for not ammunition, scopes.
you know, and I'm kind of torn on that. I feel like our world has gotten so much more violent that the
Yeah.
police do need to be able to sufficiently protect themselves and quell any problems that come up. At the same time, though, I see why some communities feel like the police are gunning for them, so to speak.
Well, they're scared that they'll be armanized.
Yeah.
You got the army, but you got your locals. But yeah, there's a fine line. Look like you'd have at least maybe a small handful trained, or maybe they are. I don't know.
Right.
But you know, everybody around here has got a bad rap with their police department. But if you know what we know, who you gonna trust?
Hey, that's right. Who can you trust?
You got so much corruption with them. So much corruption.
I mean, there's lots of stories. A lot of people could tell you. I mean, I'm one of them. I, for one, do not have a problem with local police of today. Now, back when I was in high school, yeah, there was a handful of shitbags. You know, I'm not going to name any names because they're not police around here anymore, but everybody knows who they are. You know, like there was one cop who got arrested for trading pills for pussy.
Yeah.
He actually went to jail for it. You know? And so when you got stuff like that going on, how can you trust your cops?
Mm-hmm. It don't always so bad as the good cops that cover for the bad cops.
Well,
But then they're not good cops.
That's right.
If they're covering that kind of stuff, then they're not.
that
good.
makes them a bad cop.
But maybe they're scared to come out.
Well,
What, fear of losing their job
Or fear of losing their life.
or their life?
I mean,
Yeah.
this is small town Alabama. I can see fear for your family, fear for your own life.
You dang right. Whether you
Being a very-
you take this stuff that runs around so obvious. It's such a small town. How you think you gonna get away?
Right?
I mean, without some, or you just that
Naive.
to think, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing. But I'll tell you though, the sheep around here follow.
Absolutely.
And why? I don't know. I don't get it.
I have a couple of people that I tried to get involved in the group, and they were like, "No, oh no, no, no," and I just thought,
Why?
why?
What are you scared of?
Well, it's not that they're scared. It's just that they can't do wrong.
So in other words, they're going to damage their reputation.
No. I watched this interview one day. Somebody was talking to at a Trump rally,
Okay?
and they said, "What if Trump got caught up in a scandal with having sex with random women? Would you still vote for him?" One person said, "Oh yeah, oh God, yeah. That ain't nothing but a character." Okay. So then he said, well, "What if he was tied in with this Epstein, but they ain't no proof, but you just know? Would you still vote for him?" Yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Even though that he was
Yeah,
affiliated
yeah,
with
yeah.
a known pedophile
All right.
and a child sex trafficker.
So then they asked, the other one was, what if he had a meth lab and was brought down? Would you believe it? Like, oh no, he would never. So you got these diehards that it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna
Right.
matter. You got your DA. They gonna follow him no matter what. Why? Because he can't do wrong.
That's right.
You know that whole see something, say something? That ain't just for your local thugs and what have you.
Exactly.
It's your politicians too. You see it, say it.
That's right. That's right. But
No.
you know, people around here are like that. But you can't speak ill of him. Well, fuck. If the guy's a criminal, he's a criminal. If these people are criminals, they're criminals. You expect me just to sit back and let them do it? Let them continue to do it? No. Then that makes me a bad person.
I don't know which is worse, the people who follow a party line blindly or the people who follow their religious cohorts blindly. Oh, he goes to my church. He couldn't possibly never done nothing wrong. You know, like that link that I had shared about the Baptist, and yes, I'm going to talk about this again. It's up over 500 shares. I think the last time I looked, it was what, like 562 or something?
Wow.
That's a lot of eyes on the group. That's a lot of eyes once it's reshared and reshared and reshared. And that was only 22 men that were caught. How many haven't been caught?
Exactly. How many have not been caught?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
You know, to me, that's a bigger concern than the ones that are caught. Like, you know, we know that the ones in Andalusia, the coach and the principal,
You okay?
Oh man.
they're in the frying pan right now. But then there's the stories that we got about the ones in Op.
Right?
That one of them, it looked like it might not have been. The accusations may have been payback. Somebody, you know, some girl didn't get her way and it was a payback thing. I don't know.
Right.
The other one, there was definitely something to that one, but it was all in the family.
Ah.
And I don't know if that's why Op went ahead and hired these people, because there weren't any final convictions. But the fact that you have been arrested and been to court and there are questions about your behavior with children, my child goes to Op. I don't like the idea that these teachers are there. I mean, so to me, the bigger worry is the ones that haven't been caught yet.
Exactly. I mean, what does a parent do when a child eventually does come home and say, "Well, Mom, Dad, my teacher diddled me," knowing that we already knew that this teacher had already been, you know, accused of this, and you know there was tangible evidence of this. I mean, do we as parents, do we take the law into our own hands? Do we kill these people so they won't hurt other children, or do?
Well, the mama bear in me wants to say yes.
Right.
The reasonable adult in me says, obviously, no, we have to go through the proper channels. But the taxpayer in me says, I'm now very angry because the city has hired people with questionable backgrounds and opened up every taxpayer to having to foot the bill for very large lawsuits.
Right.
And then they don't go to jail. They just
Slap him
walk
on the
around.
wrist.
Well, look at the principal.
Hmm.
He's in Andalusia. He's still there.
Still there.
Got
Yeah.
a job, collecting paycheck.
And his wife's out running people over.
Yeah, and his wife, she plowed down that old boy, which I know was an accident.
Was it a guy or a
It
girl?
It was a girl.
Okay.
But I know it was an accident. Don't get me wrong. But you won't hear nothing about this girl.
But how do you know that? Let me ask you this. With all the cover-ups that we talk about and all the things that we hear going on, how do you personally know that she hadn't had a few drinks that night?
Well,
And I'm not saying she had. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm just saying, how does the average citizen know 100% that it was absolutely an accident, there was nothing questionable about it, when the rest of the time, all we hear is questionable stuff about our police and our law enforcement community.
Well, was there even a breathalyzer done?
I want to tell you what happened. What's going to happen.
All right.
They got her over there. They looked at her and they said, "Hey, it's Laura Bell. She's your known bad apple. Drug problem, mental problem, jail problem."
But didn't she have children?
She does. So she's a problem. To who? I don't know. Gets me is, don't matter who she is.
That's right. She's still a citizen.
Right.
I mean, she's still a human being.
She will never see justice. Her kids, I hope, sue the piss out of her. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand it was an accident. But still, she took a life. Even if there was no, she wasn't on her phone, wasn't texting, wasn't diddling herself. I don't know.
Right.
But
Is that a big problem around
give her
here?
at least probation. Give her a fine like everybody else would have to pay. You know,
I remember a case in Florida that I read about not too long ago. Fairly young group, you know, within a couple of years out of high school. And they were all out drinking and partying. One girl was driving her truck and she had like 3 or 4 friends in the truck with her. And one of the friends had chosen not to wear her seatbelt.
Okay.
Even though the driver had alcohol in her system, there was an accident. The one girl without the seatbelt was thrown out and killed. Even though this girl had alcohol in her system, because this other girl chose not to wear her seatbelt, the driver was never ever prosecuted.
Really?
What?
No charges were ever brought against her
All because that.
because the one girl chose not to wear her seatbelt.
Wow.
Now, I could see them going a little bit easier on her, maybe because the girl chose not to wear a seatbelt and took that risk. But I'm sorry.
But she still was
You're
drinking and driving.
Number
Yeah.
one, driving, you are responsible no matter what.
For
Number
everyone
two,
in the vehicle.
you're drunk. Or even if you're not drunk, you've had alcohol. You are to some extent impaired.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you one that you said that. Touchy subject in there around there. Kirsten Dean.
Kirsten Dean. I remember hearing about that
Uh-huh.
a few years back.
Her uncle, not on purpose, wrecked and killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Drunk as a skunk. Look at this. He was pulled over not that long ago or something like that, and he was supposed to be in crossover. But he didn't go because of who his family was.
Who is his family?
Chief Paul Dean
Chief Paul Dean.
and losers. So they decided to kind of let it go. And then guess what? Karma.
Karma took over. Okay, what happened?
Nothing. Poor little girl died. And nobody went to jail over this. Drunk as a skunk. Just because of who he knows.
You know, you bring up
But
cross.
hey, I'll say this though.
Mhm.
Her daddy was about ready to kill that man.
I bet.
Was about ready to.
Well, sure, because he took his daughter's life. Wouldn't you?
I tell you.
Especially if you knew that this guy was driving drunk.
So I have crossover questions because you know where I come from. I think they might have drug court, but it generally it doesn't end with local in-house rehab type stuff. It's probation and then
Right, you check in,
I don't
take
know.
piss, and
Honestly, I talk about it, but I don't really know how it works there. Anyhow, one of the things that we've not talked about at crossover, maybe we have and I missed it, is I want to know why. If our government is supposed to honor the separation of church and state,
okay.
how can the DA, who is in effect the government,
Mm-hmm.
get away with recommending a religious rehabilitation option? Why does it not have to be a completely
Well, the fact is
Let me get a cold drink
I have
on this
actually
one.
I've actually brought this up, dealing with this separation of church and state, and their argument was they have a list of rehabs to choose from if you're given the option to go to a rehab. And just so happen to be crossovers on there. It is faith-based rehab, and it's highly recommended by the DA and by others because, for one, it's free. According to all these people, all you have to do is basically go. They feed you, they house you, the whole nine.
Slave labor.
Yes, but they don't tell you you're going to be working and you're going to be required to do these Bible verses. You're required to learn the Bible and be able to quote it, or otherwise they'll fail you out of the program. There's a lot of stipulations. Huh?
What if you're an atheist?
Exactly. Then you wouldn't choose to go to crossover. But if you ain't got $40,000 or $50,000 to attend one of these rehabs that you have to go to, that's on the list, unless you got some jam up fucking insurance.
So let's keep rolling with this then. How can, and I've got 2 questions here, I'll go one at a time. How can the DA, who was, and I think still is, but I couldn't find specifically, he was one of the original founders of Crossover and on the board of directors. How is that not a
conflict of interest?
There you go.
Well, it is a conflict of interest, but these people, like you said, they're followers. All these people rub elbows together, and we are in the buckle of the Bible Belt. This is Southeast Alabama, where if you don't wear the Jesus mask or wear the God robe, then I mean you're dirt. These people treat you like fucking dirt.
Yes, they do. Yep. So then my second question is, if crossover is free, but these other places are charging $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, how is crossover free? They're not living in tents. They have running water. They're in a building. I know, like on Fridays, they ship them all over to the college. They do GED classes over there.
Donations from churches, donation from private donors.
There was some speculation a while back that the state was paying for some of the rehab.
They are.
Well, from what I've been told by numerous people, whenever they're arrested for drugs, and they're incarcerated at the Covington County Jail, right? And they go through the court and all that, and the court says, well, we're going to take you to crossover. Well, from what I understand, they're still under state custody, and the state still has to pay for that inmate. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, they're still an inmate, but they're attending crossover.
I do, but everywhere I looked, whenever I looked into that, it never referred to them as inmates. It refers to them as patients.
Right. So how is that? I mean, how is that legal? And how are they receiving all these funds? Because that's what one person was saying. It's like that's where the money laundering and stuff like that come about. You see what I'm saying?
I just for the first time saw that sign up there about the Love's truck stop, and I was like, oh, I remember hearing about that. There's still a sign up there. It's like overgrown. You really can't see it.
Speaking of that, I went up there. That tent's gone. The biometh plant.
Oh yeah, the thing's been gone.
I hadn't noticed that.
Been gone for a couple of years.
They got rid of that $40 million business just like it was
nothing. Well,
how is it $40 million if there wasn't nothing but a 10?
Right.
Good question.
But the thing, I want to go back to the rehab, because like I said, there's been a lot of people say the same thing. They're not referring to these people as inmates. Like you said, they're referring to them as patients. So, where's all this money coming from? Is there so many people in all this money to keep this place going?
You dang right. I mean, how do you? I'm trying to find it, but I read an article where it was talking about how much it costs to house each inmate.
I think it was like $2,000 to $3,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one I saw was $8,000 for 6 months.
Well, are they getting that much donations?
See, that's what I'm saying. Where's all this money coming from?
Hey, have you rode by the produce stand? I don't never see nobody out there.
I
ain't saying I wouldn't get something from there, but
I never see it open.
Let me tell you.
Me either. And I know there are a lot.
Crossover is it's a good thing.
It's got good intentions.
It's front door is what people need.
Absolutely, I agree.
The back door is the problem. Front door helps people.
Yes.
And there's people that go up there legitimately wanting help, and they get it.
Yes.
It's the back door. How is it? How are you paying for all that? I mean, there ain't no way that you're. If it's $8,000 for 6 months, and there's what 10, 15 people rolling through this thing, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to sell a crap load of watermelons.
Yeah. You're right.
And you gotta assume there's so many churches around here. Every single church isn't donating. I mean, they're in theory would be running off their own donations.
From what I've seen by working in churches, that some of these churches I've been into, they have people that come in here and clean these churches from crossover, and the church donates to crossover for having these women come in and clean their church. See, you see?
Mighty convenient little circle.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Oh. So, I mean, that's the thing right there. There's so many loops and hoops, man. But I still don't know how do they acquire $8,000 per person. I mean, if that's the number.
I wonder, do you suppose if these folks are in jail and they're listed as inmates, do they qualify for things like Medicaid?
Food stamps.
And if that's the case, are they charging in that fee to Medicaid?
I don't know. That's something that we
Oh.
need to actually look into because I don't know. I'm not sure.
Good question.
I mean, I don't know how any of that works, but that's my thought. I mean, if you're in jail, you don't have a job, you have no way to support yourself, no way to care for yourself, is that not when the state steps in and helps? And if that's the case,
Right? Because I mean, obviously, if they are taking people who are addicted to methamphetamines and opiates, pills, whatever you want to call it. A lot of these people do not have insurance and they do not have money.
I wonder if they do random drug tests while they're in there.
Well, it's been said that they do, but they don't, because it has been said by numerous people that have actually attended crossovers, said that you could get more drugs in there than you could on the street. And see, that's what I've got a problem with right there. That's one big thing I've got a problem with is if you're in a rehab, you are there to change your ways. You see, to get off drugs.
No, not technically. You're forcefully there to change your ways.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
if you're given the choice, go to jail or go to rehab, rehab's going to be party central compared to a jail cell.
Right.
And then the produce stand, I know at the old place, I know people going up there buying peas and whatnot and dropping off synthetics.
Right. And see, I mean,
They don't show up on a drug test. Is there a drug dog that
well,
checks
actually,
them?
yes, they do have drug tests nowadays that supposedly test for synthetic marijuana.
But you talking about a drug test is expensive.
They are. Some are 30.
So who's paying for that then up there? I mean,
Well, that's just like going to the court referral program. You can go online, you can order drug test kits. You can get them fairly cheap. But every time you go to Angie Curry's drug court program,
who's on drugs?
yeah.
Something about titties and cocaine.
Titties and cocaine. Oh my God! Yes, you're not the only person that's ever heard that or told me that.
Or done that.
Or hey, hot damn, cocaine to strippers. That's one hell of a time. But anyways, whenever you go to court referral program and you get charged, just say $40 to $60 a pop. You see, but you can buy a drug test online for $15. You see, that's making money hand over fist. And to me, that's a pyramid scheme, man.
But is that because by law they're required to get their drug tests from a certain place and submit them to a certain place? They can't just go online and order them from anywhere.
I don't know.
That would be my guess, because I mean, then you could turn around and say, well, maybe they got a bad batch of drug tests from Amazon.
Oh,
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, false tests happens all the time with
well,
these
look,
things.
and Florella, that old boy was getting marijuana from eBay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Remember
right.
that news? Whatever happened
the
with that?
baseball
We didn't ever
coach.
hear no more.
It's under the rug.
Oh, that's right. And he got 10 pounds shipped to him from eBay, didn't
With
he?
some steroids too.
Steroid. Boy,
That
boy,
mother was
boy.
working out.
This must be one hell of
Wait.
a rug they keep sweeping shit.
Oh,
I need a
shit.
rug like that.
Shit,
I need
me
to wrap
too.
myself in a rug.
What's so bad is Andalusia Star News tells on these folks all the time. All the time.
All the time.
I wish WAAO would.
Ooh, out.
You can't be talking about Blaine Wilson like that. You can't be talking about that dude. I mean, he's supposed to report the news and supposed to be unbiased. But
He
we
used
all-
to be.
So what happened?
I mean, no.
Did he get threatened?
That's the
Yeah.
story that I was given. There was an awful lot of Covington elites that did not like him telling tales out of school.
No,
And he
I'm
started
going to
feeling
tell you
the
what
heat.
happened. I'm going to tell you.
Tell me about. But hold
Yeah,
on, I
yeah.
gotta get a beer first. Hold up. I gotta get one that sits back with this.
Yeah, let me pull one out. Oh my God! Speaking of pulling out,
Oh God! Don't forget the KY.
Well, at least
Alright,
at
hey.
least the dog's in the house. We know he's safe.
Yeah.
Freddie B. All right, let's see.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm prepared.
What was it again?
Oh.
WAI
Yeah.
about him being
Yep.
threatened.
Same thing that happened to a dear friend. Eddie Knight.
Oh, Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight. Let me tell you something.
Tell me about it.
Let me tell you something.
You know what? Hold on, man. Let me tell you something. I met Mr. Knight, and I tell you what, he's a very cool guy.
Yeah, he's great, yeah.
And, you know, I mean, he's got a radio voice. He's got the persona. I freaking love the man.
Yeah, he's all right. I'm gonna tell you something, though.
Well, tell me about it.
Same thing happened to him as happening with William.
Okay.
But the difference is Knight didn't back down.
Okay.
So then, all his ads and advertisers pulled out.
Oh.
So what happens is, you risk losing your money. So if you start thumping on something that's the elite's problem, they're going to start threatening his advertisers.
Oh,
Guess what's going to happen? They're going to quit him.
Yeah.
He's going to run out of money.
Yep.
And then guess what he's going to do? Become an over-the-road truck driver.
Oh. Over-the-road truck driver.
God dang soul, baby.
Oh,
Soul.
man. But let's get back to threats. You know, I'm pretty sure all of you are aware, you know, over the page, not the group, but yours truly right here was threatened over a page.
Yeah,
Because
that
it was
funny.
because it was talking shit about certain people. I mean, you got people who just thought it was all right to punch their titty out in the middle of places. Yeah.
You know, let's go down that path for a minute because
All right.
I've had several children.
Sure.
And I breastfed my children. And nobody but my husband and my children saw my titties.
Right.
Because I don't feel like
$20 is $20, though.
Yeah.
I don't understand why throwing, you know, a receiving blanket or something over yourself. It's not about other people. It should be about your own personal modesty.
Right.
Clearly, I have breasts. I'm a female.
Sure.
The whole world doesn't need to see them. I don't want to show the whole
I ain't
world.
gonna lie, man. I always wait for that nip slip. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm waiting on it. I'm like,
It's
pull
like,
it out.
dang, back off, kid. Back off for a second.
I'm
Take a
sure
breath.
my husband did too, but I don't understand these girls who feel like they should be able to just whip it out like the story about Oklahoma and the other states where it's now legal for women to go topless.
Yeah, that's
Was
what I'm
that
talking about.
Oklahoma? Because we were
Yeah.
actually talking about that. We thought it was Utah.
No,
it
it's
encompasses
Oklahoma.
6 different states.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
man, I'm for it. If old
But-
dude can run around with no shirt on, old
But
gal
check it
can
out.
run
Did
around
you
with
know that if these women who are going topless or anything is sexually assaulted, whether a man walks by and grabs their tit or whatever, they cannot be charged with sexual assault.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yep. They cannot be charged with sexual assault.
You know, I don't want to go down a path of victim blaming, but
Sure.
at the same time, as a female, I feel like if you don't respect yourself any more than that, why the hell should anybody else?
Exactly. Exactly.
You just open yourself up to be made fun of.
Let
I'm
them. That's
sorry.
Freddy B. Hound at gmail.com.
Boom.
There's just, it's just a matter of self-respect to me. It's not a matter of your rights. You know, there's just no good reason
Nothing better than a pissed off woman.
why you need to go around flopping your titties out everywhere. You just don't. Unless you have some desperate need for attention.
That's right.
From
Hey, look at
anybody
me.
and everybody within 50 feet of you.
Right.
Well-
You know, which you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to put it out there. Look, I'm sorry the girl got made fun of, but that's not my problem. That's
Yeah,
her
right.
problem. She shouldn't have put her titty out and did that. I understand that they was in a group, that this was a group. But one thing that you people have to understand
That didn't
is
have nothing to do with us.
you have to follow Facebook guidelines. Nobody stole your pictures or anything like that. You posted in an open group. So that makes everything public information.
Yeah,
I-
bought and owned.
Why
by
is
Facebook.
this girl... It seems to me that the narrative is they're trying to make it that it was somehow some personal private moment with her and her child. Well, first of all, then don't flop your titty out if it's personal and private. But second of all, have you people not heard of peopleofwalmart.com?
Yeah.
Why is
Right.
she so much more important and deserving some sort of amount of privacy walking through Walmart compared to the rest of the world? If you walk out your front door,
You're in the
You're
public.
fair game. You're
Yeah.
fair game. I mean,
Absolutely. And see that this brings me. I mean, because this kind of bothers me. This Christy Turner chick. What was her deal for real? I mean, this lady full-fledged come after me.
and she wasn't even the one flopping her titties out.
And she wasn't exactly. She was not. Well, her thing was this is my friend. You can't make fun of my friend. Like, and I told the lady, like, look, I don't know you. I don't know your friend.
Are we in middle school?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't make fun of my friend.
She drew first blood.
She did. Then she got her husband involved. You see, and then that's when the threats and shit started coming along.
I can hear that meth head ride around on a fool wheeler.
I think so. You know, I think
heard
it was.
something about meth and
In four-wheelers.
whores.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know these people. I wouldn't know them if they walked up
I
to
mean,
me on the street.
Well, I got a
but-
message from one of her friends that
Yeah.
said something about they were tired of her being high and mighty.
Yeah.
Oh, right. This is, the same one who preaches to us about what horrible people we are, but gets drunk every chance you get.
Exactly.
I tell you, ain't supposed to say that.
Oh, you can't drink the Jesus juice.
Jeebus juice.
Jeebus juice. Shit, man. I tell you guys. That's one thing I look. I used to be an ultra religious person. You know.
Amen.
But I will tell you this. I love the Lord. I love me. I do. I love me 100%. But I can never, ever again conform to these people's ways.
That's my problem. It's, I consider myself a Christian. I was baptized. I believe in God, absolutely. But I have such a hard time walking into a church because you just know they're sitting there all prim and proper and prissy and judging everybody that walks in the door. And
Absolutely.
if your shoes aren't expensive enough, and if your bag isn't new enough, and if your dress isn't from the right store, well,
I'm pretty
Exactly.
judgmental. But I mean, I ain't like that. I mean, I won't sit here and make fun of you.
Right.
Well, let me put this out here.
But that's what I'm talking about. I don't think you get that because you're a man. I'm talking about the women, how catty
Oh,
and
God,
ugly
it
they
is.
can be about it. And they
Women
will sit and talk.
worst.
Did you see what she is wearing? Can you believe she done wore that to church?
Right.
I can't. Her mama's probably turning over in her grave.
God,
That's the
right.
kind of shit. I'm not putting up with that. You're not going to treat me like that.
That's
Did-
right.
Did you hear the old dude going, yesterday, Sally Jesse Raphael walked right inside the daggone church herself, sat down next to me, and that girl stank.
Thank the high heaven.
Stank. Now, I was looking at her, I was like, look at your nails, girl. Dang.
Hey.
Anyway, let me put it out here.
All right, go ahead.
There's 3 shitty vibes.
Yes.
You got the fan page.
fan page.
It's ran by Mr. Shitty. You got the Shitty of Op. That's where we step in.
That's right. That's the group page.
Right.
Then we got the meme page. Hashtag Shitty of Op.
Yes.
Please keep your memes on that
Oh,
page.
for the love of it.
Russell Fletcher.
Rick, Rick Barch.
Oh, hey, you know what? I have to say, Rick, man.
He's gotten better. Of course,
he
he was
ha-
gone for a while. Where you been, Rick?
Hey, he actually came back tonight. And he's my favorite meme whore. I mean,
Yeah.
him and Vance.
Vance,
They
oh my
shared
God.
some great shit, man. I love it. I
I
love
want
it.
to, but I've caught too many Facebook bans. I'm telling you.
Well, I used to love doing it myself until the page got created. Now I ain't got to.
No.
I got folks on there every day doing it. You got, I mean, Vance for sure. Then we got CMC Homestead. He kind of popping up in here pretty
And I
good.
have seen that. Is this cat legit? Is he really a homesteader or?
That caught me a 30-day last time.
I don't know. Rick, he's on there all the time sharing some good stuff. And Brittany,
Yeah, Brittany.
that poor girl.
Yeah, she's been through the ringer there.
Billy, old Billy.
Oh, Billy Childers.
Yep. And you know, there's a lot of participants on that.
There are.
Meme. Tommy Simmons. That mother did 109 posts.
109 posts.
And that put him in 5th place. But what's even better? Vance, god dang, 800 posts.
Right.
Well, you ain't got nothing better to do.
I mean, come on, man.
Russell Fletcher, 153.
You know what I think it is?
He sits on the toilet too long?
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
I'm thinking, well, you know, he's a dude, so I'm thinking his left hand, you know, probably his jack hand got real strong, so he's memeing it up with his right hand trying to...
Oh, yeah.
And then Yvette. Yeah.
Mm.
Christine, she doing it.
Christine the Mean.
And Ryan Outlaw. That son of a gun could come up with some stuff.
Hey, that dude, he is funny, man. And I tell you what, I hate to bring it up. I know it's sore, but I love it. I love it when him and Ava go back and
God
forth.
almighty. Arch enemies, man.
They are. And I'm like, I'm just waiting. As soon as he tags Ava in anything, I'm just like waiting for Ava to come out. Doctor Who style. Like, bam, teleport in here.
She gets on there like Julius Sugarbaker. Do y'all remember that show from back in like the 80s?
No.
She's just like the Terminator. She tears into them all. And I'm like, I
It's like,
just...
Jesus Christ, calm down,
Some
lady.
days I want to say stuff and I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to. Because you know once Ava gets there, it ain't ending.
But she's right.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's
That's
wrong.
the thing. She is
Although
right.
sometimes I think she's wrong. Ava, I know you can hear, well, you'll be able to hear me later.
But we love you, though, and we
Yeah,
love your
I like it.
participation.
Oh, absolutely. The free entertainment you provide us is just unparalleled.
It leaves the page balanced.
Yes.
Because it's so, I'm more leaning right.
Yep, yeah, very conservative.
And she's
But
far
left.
Yep.
And she'll call you. And she ain't afraid.
And I love
And
it.
She don't back down.
And I love that. I
Yep.
love it.
I love someone else's opinion.
Yes.
I mean, show me your ways. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, because
know?
you don't get a lot of it around here.
Nope.
No, you don't. It's cut and dry. It's either you
I mean,
follow us or you're behind us.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
And I mean, I'll say it, I'm a registered Republican, but there are times that I find myself, for instance, before we had moved over to here, even at home I was registered Republican, and I spent the last 16 years voting for a Democrat as our sheriff. Because I felt like he was doing an absolutely amazing job.
Right.
Why change? He's doing great.
Dennis Meeks was Democrat.
He was a Democrat, wasn't he?
No, he was a Republican. He ran as Democrat.
Ah.
Because all of them were Republicans, and then there won't be no runoff.
Gotcha.
So he goes Democrat, and then guess what?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Got a Republican
Like
back in the
competition.
room.
I wish people would learn that you don't have to vote party lines. I mean, you
Exactly.
Can, now, I know that, you know, in some places like Florida, you have to be registered Republican or Democrat
No, that's
in
the
order
way.
to vote in primaries.
Right.
You can't vote in primaries if you're not one of the two big groups. So it doesn't matter if you want to be, you feel that you're an independent, you're always going to vote independent. If you want to be able to partake of the primaries, you've got to vote, you've got to register as one of the big two. And that's why I always did it. I didn't necessarily always vote Republican.
Right.
But
one thing people have to understand, when you vote, I'm not saying do not vote, because I mean your vote is important.
oh yeah.
But when you vote, you're actually voting for the shiniest of two turds.
Mm-hmm. The lesser of two evils.
That's right.
That's what my grand always said. It's the lesser of two evils. You're never going to get anybody. I mean, even Trump. I feel like he's kept a lot of his promises, but he's shit on a fair few as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Can't be innocent
I
of
mean,
everything.
but he's killed less people than Hillary, so I'm going to call it a win.
And call that a win. Absolutely.
Hillary doesn't deserve to be the first woman president.
Fuck
I'm sorry.
no.
She does not deserve that role.
No. For one, for one example, if she will destroy thousands of emails, and if she will leave ambassadors behind, I mean, what will she do to all of our other countrymen and women?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, that woman is pure evil.
Evil.
If you want to see what evil looks like, you type in Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, hey, what was the other thing that we were going to talk about? More crooked people. This one just happens not to be a politician. What was his name? Josh.
Josh.
Yes.
Josh.
Another crook, just not a politician.
You know what? I will pull him up. I'm going to back out of my picture here because I got a message earlier and it messed me up. So, let me go back here to Josh. Josh Chambers. Look right here. Matt, did you have something that you wanted to discuss about this Chambers man?
Let's see, yeah, old homeboy. Several months ago, we purchased a small utility trailer from Josh Chambers.
You better read that in a different voice.
Well, I bet you $1 he ain't got no job.
Especially not if he's selling all this shit.
Yeah, a little stolen there.
I was just going to say, is it his that he's selling?
Yeah, it makes you question a little bit of something.
It might be hotter than pancakes at IHOP.
Well, this citizen come to my attention saying that they purchased this trailer. They went to leave. Tailgate fell off. You might want to hang on to that one.
Tailgate fell off.
I'm
Damn.
just going to say this, but I think you need it.
And I mean, this is the guy, right? This is
Yes.
this is the man that.
Gotta be a Big Ten bar.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, well, anyway, let's go back to the old shitbag here.
Oh, shitbag. This shitbag. There we go.
Yes. But you know, he was screwing around with this couple trying to buy a trailer, and that ain't the worst part.
What's the worst part?
This son of a gun took advantage of another citizen. Someone who honestly was trying to help him out.
Okay.
Hired him because he was looking for work, wanted to get their porch fixed, so they called him. But he lied about his name. Didn't say his real name.
Did not say his real name.
No, he said his name was Meoff.
Jack Mehoff?
Jack Meoff.
Wow.
That son of a gun is busy.
Wow. What a shitbag. I tell you what, if we gave out a shitbag or a shitty award of the week, this guy would probably get it.
Yeah, you know what?
Shithead of the week.
A shithead of the week.
Well,
Which we need to put that to a vote, you know, put it out there and see if the people really want to hear about a shithead of the week or
Absolutely.
Oh
whatever.
my God.
Maybe-
Well, this son of a gun's got it. I'm going to tell you. Well, this old boy, he was building a porch, and he bought used material. Oh my God, this is great. You can't make this stuff up.
So reclaimed? It's reclaimed?
Look, he asked for money up front. He says, look, and I can do all this, but you're going to give me some cash. So then, he goes on Facebook and buys used tin.
Use 10.
Rusty tin.
Wow.
Man, that'd be a great name, Rusty Tin.
Rusty 10? Well, wasn't that the truck driver on, what was that? What one movie? Rusty Nails?
Rusty Nail.
What was that? I mean, it had that Heath
Tin
Ledger
Can.
in it. Heath Ledger in it. What was the name of that?
But this old boy had a bunch of lumber he had piled up in his yard that he supposedly bought. But hey, guess what?
What?
Nah, he already had it. It
He
was
already-
sitting in his yard kind of hanging out.
Man, so this con man was making money hand over fist.
Yeah, right. Speaking of fisting, he claimed he needed money for gas.
Oh, man.
So he asked for more money. And this old gal, just as nice as she can be. Just as nice as she can be. So she's trying to help this not so citizen out. So anyway, so he worked about 3 hours.
3 hours. How
About
much
3
did he
hours.
charge?
I don't know, but sure got this woman for, it says $898. You might want to hang on to that one. $898.
$898.
I know people with food stamp cards that gets that much.
Shitting me.
Anyway, so
Where do I sign
How
up?
many kids you need for that?
yeah, right. This dude borrowed this old gal's car. Still trying to help him now,
Wow.
but she don't know this. You know, she don't know she's done a big scam. So now he missed.
Wait a minute, wait. Missing with the car?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this old mother needed to borrow it for a little while. Yeah, so, anyway. Well, this old boy, apparently kin to old gal.
All right.
He shows up to dude's house because he wants help. And old dude don't know about all this because dude used me off as a name.
Right.
So he shows up there, and guess what he sees?
What's he see?
The woman's car.
No way.
So he steals the borrowed car back. Don't you love it? You lend something to somebody, then you have to like go lend it back from them.
Yeah, right. Hey, I need to borrow this.
And you know what the best part is? I want to tell you the best part.
Tell me the best part.
Best part. The chick's a freaking lawyer.
Oh my God, she's a lawyer, and this guy he had no clue.
I don't reckon. If not, he's dumber than you think.
Shit. Well, now he shit the bed.
You know what I think the best part is?
What's that?
That shit weasel has a picture of himself trying to look like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Tell me he ain't.
Oh my God.
He looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin's retarded inbred cousin.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Where's the glass breaking? Don't break my window, though. What a piece of shit. I tell you, this is why we do this, people, to show you pieces of shit like this right here.
So if you see this man on Facebook trying to find a job, and you see someone comment on it, please.
Light that post up, yes.
Please. Don't let this man in someone else's house.
That's right, because I tell you what, there are a lot of hard-working citizens out there who will do you right.
And people like him are screwing it up.
You know what, and speaking of that, it's something I meant to talk to you all about. I would like to start a thread in the group for business recommendations.
Oh, yeah.
I want to run it very strictly, no slamming. If somebody has done you wrong, take it up with them. We're not going to do that on this post.
Right.
But if you have hired somebody or you've been taking your car somewhere to get it worked on, and they were fantastic, did great work, charged you well, good people, to be able to recommend them to other people.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
now, if we want to do a post of shitheads like this, who to avoid, we certainly could do that too.
Yeah.
But this is what I would do. All right, so let's say I'm going to hire, whatever.
JC, hired JC Winning.
Yeah. All right. So, let's say. So then I say, look, shitty vibe. Y'all know this old boy? Is he gonna rob me? Is he bad news, good news? And then let him. If somebody said, if there were 5 people that said, man, this dude did great.
Yeah.
6 people. And then one person goes, well, that means, yeah, he's a normal person. He screwed up once or twice. Now, if they said, hey, this mother walked out with my wallet.
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Right.
People make mistakes, don't they?
Dang right.
I just know that with Google, businesses can have reviews removed if they can prove, or their version of proof that it was, a lie or whatever.
I'm good.
And businesses can do the same with Facebook. They can block people. They can have reviews removed. And I just would like a place that focuses really local on all the business, because we're always talking about having more businesses in op.
That's true.
And all of them closing down. So I feel like today I was talking about, I went to Enterprise to get that stuff because the 2 places that I know around here that have it didn't have what I wanted. But why not promote those local businesses a little bit more? Like, I've been complaining the last couple of days, I just want an iced coffee.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
Best place. And I went down there this morning.
And you didn't give me one.
Go to Florella.
You're not a very good citizen.
Go to Florella.
Oh, to the Crafty Bean.
That mother has some fine coffee.
Where is it?
In Florella.
In Florella.
Well, no shit,
Hey,
Sherlock.
you go-
It's the cops hardware, I'm telling you.
That's right. Hey, I tell you what, if you've not tried it and you like lattes,
No.
the Honeybee Latte is the way to go.
Just
I need a good
like
old black
hazelnut iced coffee.
She got it.
I thought you was one of those the pumpkin spice girls.
I don't mind it a little bit, but when it comes to coffee, I just want my hazelnut. I don't want any nonsense.
That's-
I'm gonna tell you,
That's right.
it is Starbucks, if not a little better. And
Oh, yeah.
prices is cheaper.
I won't go to Starbucks just on principle.
Right.
I mean, when you got a CEO that makes $6,000 an hour, come on.
Well, this
Just
is
the stupid shit they do with their cup every year.
this is a locally owned place,
I
and
like that.
I'm big about supporting my locals.
And I don't even think Op has a coffee shop.
They
Do they?
don't. No.
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 Now the one in Andalusia, there's that little, and I don't even know the name of it. It's like I don't think you can even go inside. I think it's just a little drive-through right
Oh,
in the
yeah,
parking
yeah.
lot beside a Huddle House, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then later, yeah.
Now I got an iced coffee there one day. It was great. I felt like for the size, it was a little bit overpriced because it's fairly small.
Sure.
But it was really good.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Crafty Bean is the
Yeah.
way. I mean,
Yeah.
I
You know
frequent
what
that
we
place.
need?
I like it.
You know what we need in Op? And we had talked about this a while ago, how you were talking about how everybody just were a bunch of fat, lazy bastards and everybody wants to do a drive-through. Do you know there is a place in Crestview, and I laugh every time I go through, it's called Coffee and Smokes.
Yeah.
It is just a little teeny tiny, like the size of this room store. You can't go in, it's just a drive-through, and they sell coffee and smoke.
Dude, sign me up. Sign me up. Where do I... What? Coffee and
I
smoke?
love coffee.
That's like drive-through liquors. I mean...
That would be
Drive-through.
great
Hey,
in Op. Can you see it?
I used
Hey,
to work on tugboats, and there was a place every time I would go to the tugboat down in Sulphur, Louisiana. They literally had a drive-through liquor store where you could literally drive through this barn and get some booze and drive right back out of it. Didn't even have to get out of your car. You could be as fucked up as you wanted to.
Did you see the story I posted a while ago? Again, out of Florida. Why is it always Florida people? Because they're not really Florida people. They're from other places.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
The drive-through meth house.
Oh man,
Drive-through meth house.
man, we
And I mean, they
we
could have
missed
set
them
up
out
with
on something here.
we are now closed. Please call again later.
Wow.
Window.
Wow. I think I do remember seeing that. I think I do.
I missed
Wow. A mobile meth lab. Wow. Alright, man. Shit. But yes, if you've not been to the Crafty Bean in Florella, Alabama, it's definitely a place to check
it.
out.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus,
Didn't
I'm
y'all
not
go down
even
there
drinking.
to
I
the-
can't put the cover on.
Didn't you go down there to the pizza place?
I
Oh.
did. The Pizza Express? Dude, wings were phenomenal. The salad, the pizza. We didn't get...
No, we had the cheese bread.
We had the cheese bread. And yes, that was great.
That's good. I'm telling you, Florilla coming a long ways from what
They
it used
are.
to be. They got another diner that opened up, and it's some sort of steakhouse. I think I can't remember what it's called. Been meaning to try it, but it just opened, so I'm trying to let it kind of lose fizzle because it's. I mean, you can't even get in it.
Right.
That's my thing. I love a good steak, whereas my old man always wants chicken, and I
Right.
Ugh.
Well, all right. I got to bring this up because I actually went to this place and tried it. Sat down, looked at the place, met the people who owned it, and they caught a lot of flack on our page, and that was Dario's.
They have
Is
changed
it
cooks.
is
It's
it Dario?
Dario's.
Is it Dario's or
I
Dario's?
think it's Dario's.
Okay. Well, Dario's.
Cleanest bathroom I have ever seen. Yes.
Little Italy, in
Literally,
Alabama.
I'm telling you,
Yes.
they got some of the best pizza. It's the closest to New York and Jersey style pizza you'll ever get. They have some of the best chicken parm, and yes, you know what's really cool about this restaurant? They got beers. You can drink beers there.
I didn't know that. Now that's what we need. Some more places where you can.
Absolutely.
I love having a good old cold beer with my.
Now if we could just
With
put
my
a
pizza.
good
Yeah,
Chinese
right.
food place.
I'm sorry.
A good Chinese food place.
Mr. Hose kicked me out of their place. Mr.
Well, I was
Hose.
wanting to try it until you said something.
Well,
about that.
I'll tell you this. I did go to Mr. Hose for lunch. They had good. They had a good lunch buffet, but I will tell you this. I went there and put in my order, and they told me they could not serve me no more because of the shitty of op page.
Not the group.
Not the group, but the page. And I wanna put this out there. Look, I'm not responsible for content. You know, there's some content that I am responsible for, but I'm not responsible for all content that gets shared out through Facebook land. So you can't single me out. So I mean, that's kind of shitty
Of op.
of op to kick out a paying customer. I mean, what the fuck? Do you want my business or you don't?
And what's so bad is we're $400 now.
Yeah. And growing.
And growing.
And growing.
Just think about what we could do to other businesses to help.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we want to do. We are in the business of making op great again. We want to see our businesses thrive. We want to see our people thrive. We don't want to see it close down. We don't want to see families move off. We want to bring people here. We want people to say, op. We want to raise our children here.
Because you ain't got a choice.
Well, you always got a choice. I mean, you got a choice. But shit, man. You can't be shitbags to your citizens.
Well, you can, but it's probably not going to work out.
Yeah, it's not going to work out in your favor.
Especially a business that doesn't generally have very many cars in their parking
Yeah, it
lot.
looked like you'd want that
Right.
$15.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like fried dumplings. And, and I like other food too. Especially when I get good and fucked up on natty daddies and other stuff. I like to eat. I'm a growing boy. So, I mean, I spend $30 to $40 every time I go out and eat.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to take a family.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You go in there, it's going to be $7, $8.
Right, but
you take 2, 3 more, which, I mean, wife, kids.
It's going to add up.
You got about 7 of them youngins. That'd have been a $100 bill.
That's it. I mean, that's it. And you know how all you sons of bitches like to fuck around here. You know, I mean, I know you got 30 kids. Some of you out there.
Well, let's
30 kids, but how many daddies?
My baby daddies. Baby daddies. Look, this is Jim, Bob, Jimmy, Jeff, James.
Well, let's make op great again. You
All
said
right.
Make op great again.
Let's make op great again.
I got a kind of a question going on here.
What you got? What you got? Lay it on me.
Anybody ever gone down Barnes Street lately?
Dude, I go down Barn Street every day.
Why ain't there some beautification going on down here on this side of town?
Hey, man, they got the damn Southern Station port down there.
I mean,
Southern Soul, whatever. I mean, that's some kind of beautification, ain't it?
what gets me is you got the area.
All right.
It's not getting its attention.
It's not.
It's really not a bad looking area.
Right.
And
Well, hold on. You got to give them some props. Because, I mean, there was a bunch of dilapidated trailers. And there were some citizens that got together and tore down these trailers who people would deem eyesores.
right.
So they're trying. You know, and there was a lot of people that speed up and down these roads. And, you know, the citizens got together and they requested speed bumps. Citizens requested speed bumps.
Well, they got them.
Well, shit, yeah, they got them. Are you kidding? They got half pipes.
They got half of Trump's wall sitting in the middle of the road.
What? What?
I mean, that's keeping out Mexicans.
Yeah. No shit. But I tell you what, I mean, we need stuff to break the speed. We don't need stuff to break the axles, okay?
Yeah, right. Or paint them. Paint them where you can see them.
Yeah, put up some signs so where you can clearly see these
Well,
things.
there's a sign about 100 yards before you get to it. I mean, you're like fall asleep between the sign and bump.
Right.
But what gets me now, alright, it's government housing or whatever.
Public housing.
Public
it is
housing.
public housing, yes.
And they don't look bad.
No.
They don't.
They're actually really well maintained.
So they're putting sidewalks all over the place. Why ain't there some down this way? Maybe there is. Maybe I missed them.
No, there's not really any sidewalks.
Well, all right, so why can't we hang up some flyers down here and have them city workers that'll be, I don't know who they are, if they shitty workers or if they're work release.
Ooh.
That are, I mean, they're watering flowers on.
You only see
forest.
them on one stretch of town.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with this side? This
So-
side don't look that bad.
Our city workers had time to hang up lights for a football team, but we can't make sidewalks to keep children from getting run over.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with here, right?
Ain't no street lamps. Ain't no, I mean,
And I know I took some crap for that, when I questioned that downtown redevelopment authority, whatever it is. I just don't see that there's, and I understand now that they're not responsible for actually doing anything
Right.
other than having these little events to try and get people to come into town. But it just seems like nobody's really trying to get it redeveloped so much as they're trying to say they are.
Right. They're not. I mean, they're really not. They're only focusing on key parts of the city when we should be focusing on the entire
no,
city.
they're only focusing on a tenth of the city.
Well, but it's not just that. That's the problem. Do you remember on one of the posts the other night, somebody said, we had talked about why the, was it a trucking company from Elba was going to come in? And then somebody said no, it's because Buddy Moore Trucking ran them off. So that, coupled with the question about whether or not we should be providing tax breaks to new businesses, if you look at the names that say no, 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 they correspond to small business owners in town. So you don't want to give new businesses a break. You don't want any competition, which tells me you don't care if the town goes to shit so long as your business is okay.
That's right.
And when you talk about, redeveloping the town and making, bringing business, whatever it is that your catchphrase happens to be, it's really just lip service. You only care about you.
That's right.
And that, in a nutshell, defines the, as I like to call them, the op royalty. The ones who think that only they matter.
Right. Right. That's why I tell people all the time. You know what? I have a lot of people get mad at me when I tell them, you're a selfish person. You're selfish. You're selfish. What have you sacrificed? You want to talk about being a good Christian? You want to talk about sacrificing? What exactly are you sacrificing? Because you're not doing anything for anyone else but yourself. But yet you want to call me a Satanist? You want to call me a Luciferian? You want to down me?
Well, I'll tell you why they don't want the other trucking company anyhow.
Well, tell me about it. Because, I thought that was a great idea. I thought the Love's truck station was a great idea up here on the bypass.
I don't see how any business could be a bad idea at this point. My goodness.
Well, Edgar and Buddy Moore, that's the only two trucking outfits.
Right.
And Buddy Moore got lucky that they was able to buy Buddy Moore. What was it?
MSJ Trucking.
Yeah. And
Which that was Sarles back in the day.
yeah, and him and Edgar kind of tied up in some conspiracy bullcrap in town. Well, that's a different story, but
Is that Raymer story?
yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat.
Well, if one trucking company is paying, let's say, $25 an hour, or $25 cents a mile,
Right. 25 cents a mile.
the other trucking company's gonna pay 25 cents a mile,
Okay.
maybe 26. Not enough for you to justify jumping the ship.
Go.
Well, let's say the third trucking company comes in and decides that they're gonna pay 30 cents a mile. Guess what's gonna happen?
Yeah, everybody going.
Either everybody gonna swap, or they're forced to raise their money.
Oh.
So they don't want that. Them two are on board together saying, hey, I'm paying 25 cents a mile, you pay 25 cents a mile. Which is no money when you're talking about trucking.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't know what, hey, I'm just saying.
Right.
Well, this company was going to come in and employ 100 people.
Right. Now you're talking about drivers, correct?
Well, not just drivers, you got mechanics,
Right. Okay.
you got office staff, And then think about your local businesses that are going to have to support them. Cut your kitchen.
Yeah. Hey, great omelets.
And you can park a truck across the road and walk in there. Why would you not want this?
Exactly. Why wouldn't you? The only way you wouldn't want this is if it's messing with your money.
And that goes back to, like I said, the op royalty that only care, regardless of what they say, they only care about their own bottom line.
But you know what? There is a lot of people that will argue the point with you, particularly a person whose father is on the city council. He got up on here cheerleading one night talking about there was no such thing as op elites. That there, that there was not people.
There's a freaking mafia op.
Right? So you're not the only one that's heard this about a mafia.
You can't be a sheep.
Right? Okay. Oh God. Oh my God.
And it's bigger than op.
Right.
It ties in the illusion. But you got to think. This town is too small to think that you're going to run around and not know people going to know.
Right.
You can't ruse them all saying, God did this, church does that.
Then it goes back to the fear of what they will do to you or your family.
No.
Oh, they will break your legs, right?
What they do is they pry on, like the Andalusia girl. The high
Bless her.
school. Yeah, God bless her. God
Bless you,
Almighty
man.
wants help, didn't get it. And then she has to go this route.
Right.
Alright? What they do is they pry on people. They pry on low income, drug abuse, usually not trying to be offensive with this, but they go after ugly girls.
The ugly ducklings. I get it. Yeah.
Because if you was a super hot cheerleader, everybody would be like, oh my God, he did her. But if it was this girl, they go, no
way. Exactly.
No way.
Exactly. You know.
And I think those are the girls that are generally going to go along with it because they're looking, like I said
Yeah.
before, for the attention.
Right.
But these are the ones that wind up, it screws with them.
Right.
It screws with them. Like, was this girl consentive on wanting it? Maybe. But when they broke it off with her, I bet it destroyed her.
Well, of course it did, because you know what? It took her. She was at a higher social ladder where she'd never been before, and then whenever they broke it off, she was no longer part of the clique.
So guess what she did?
She rolled.
She told on them.
Yeah.
And then guess what happened?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
And now you have people like us who are sticking up for people like that.
And then people want to stop us. And we talking about normal citizens want to stop us.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Why? Exactly. Why would you not want to keep pedophiles out of your school? Why would you want to not keep people
Because they don't
abusing
look at
others?
it that way. They look at it that they're protecting their friends, and if they protect their friends will see them protecting them and say, "I got your back."
So
Yeah.
you get a little pat on your woolly head, and
Yeah, but
fuck that.
he's still a pedophile.
He's still a pedophile.
Still a pedophile, absolutely.
'Cause
But
I'm-
If that's the case, then let him start a daycare and all these folks take their kids to him.
Yeah.
Bet you a dollar they won't do that.
Oh
no, of
man.
course not, because they know that Joe Pedophile is a pedophile. But they also know that Joe Pedophile is somebody big enough in town that they want to be on Joe Pedophile's good side.
Yeah.
So when Joe Pedophile sees them on Shitty Evolve defending him, they earn brownie points.
Shit.
And they figure their child is safe.
No.
Joe Pedophile won't mess with my child because I defended him.
But you know what? Joe Pedophile normally is the person that messes with that person who's stuck up for Joe Pedophile. You know, he was diddling your kid the whole time. Now your kid's going through countless years of therapy. Look at him, broken. Could have been a senator, could have been the president, but no, he's over there in a fetal position because you stuck up for a man that raped your child. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's fucking rape. It's not molestation. It's not statutory.
Lewd
Yeah.
and lascivious. I
It's-
love that one. Can you
it's-
try any harder to make it not sound like what it really is?
It's fucking rape. And I'm sorry if you don't like the language. You can fuck off. It is what it is. You know, this is how I talk, and then I'm gonna be blunt with you people. Let's just be blunt. It's just rape. That's what it is.
Well,
Indeed.
let's make out great again.
Yes.
All right, so let's start. I definitely want to start a post to do recommendations. And I suppose if y'all think we should let people shit talk on it, they can shit talk on it. I mean, or maybe have a separate one for this dude screwed me over hard. Or just not at all.
We'll just have to play that by ear. That's the big thing. Well, you got hard-working people that it ain't gonna matter how hard they work. Somebody's gonna stash them.
That's true.
It's just not gonna matter. But then you got the ones that aren't hard-working, that robs and steals, but they're part of these. They're the elites.
I hate calling them elites. I do not like calling them
I
elites.
see that as a slam. I don't see it like they probably think they're special.
Right.
But when I say elite, that's the same thing as saying douchebag.
Yeah, right? Okay, I can see that.
That's what
To me, anyway. I mean, that's just how I feel. Because only somebody who thinks of themselves like that would treat people the way these people do.
Well, I want to put this out there.
All right.
We got a thing going. It's pretty good. Let's hear from the citizens, and then we get back up and do this again and bring up all the situations. And next time we'll dabble into the conspiracies.
Okay.
Oh, and there are some great ones around here. My God, South Alabama is like a hotbed for conspiracy theories.
I agree.
It's spectacular, but the sad part is most of it's true because they're all so dirty.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If it's published and there's fact behind it, it's no longer a theory. It's conspiracy fact.
Well, every town's got it.
Every town's
It's
got it.
understandable. You can take
But I've lived in a few states, and I have to tell you, Alabama
Takes
takes the
the
cake.
you got Atlanta.
It's a shitty cake, but they take it.
You got Birmingham.
Mhm.
You got Montgomery. This all goes around, but they're too big. But you take population of 6,000 people. Come on.
Nobody's paying attention.
I know
Nobody
what
cares.
you done yesterday. I know what you did
Right.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
You ain't farting in the wind without somebody smelling it.
That's
Our
right.
trip to the grocery store tonight, I'm sure,
Well,
Drew some heads.
will be a hot topic somewhere.
you know. Oh yeah, right. So I say we wrap it up.
Okay.
We got us a thing for the next show.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pull up old homeboy's picture one more time?
Yeah. But there's another one that I would like to bring up before we close. I've known this cat for a very long time, and it really hardened my heart to hear what this guy did.
Alright, go ahead with it.
And that's Mr. Wesley Cooper.
I saw that.
You know, this cat supposedly serviced the ladies' dryer,
Yeah.
right? And he gave her a bunk-ass dryer, but in the process stole one of her dryers.
Yeah.
And then turn around and ghost her from what everyone was saying. I don't know how true this is, you know, but I mean, you got to keep a lookout for stuff like that. People are cons, and I hate to say that, which I don't really hate to say that, because if you're a fucking con, you're a fucking con.
Dude, I've
You know,
seen
but if you're a shitty person, you're a shitty person.
I've seen my friends on this page.
Yeah.
And I can't defend them.
No,
They're
I mean,
called out. They're called out.
well, exactly, because I mean, if they're shitty and they're called out, I mean, and if you cover up for them, it makes you just as shitty as the people that we're talking about.
Right, just like when we were talking about the police. You said there's good and there's bad, and sometimes it's a good cover for the bad, but if they're covering for the bad, they're not really all that good, are they?
Right.
Now,
So let's pull back up Mr. Josh Chambliss. Right here, this feller. I'm gonna get back to his picture. This guy here. Mr. Matters, did you have something to speak on about this gentleman here?
well, I got something to speak on.
Alright, speak on.
Not just necessarily this guy, but this is just everybody.
Alright, go ahead.
This guy would have never been aired out if somebody wouldn't have come forward and showed it. please, by the love of God, share these people.
Yeah.
Share them.
And not just with us, but
And if you're scared or don't want your name attached to it, message us.
That's right. We will make it as anonymous.
What's the anonymous thing?
yeah, y'all. I mean, I made an email and found an anonymous service for y'all. If you don't, and we've gotten several emails through it. If you don't want anybody to know who you are, you can go to anonymousemail.com. Enter the email address freddybhound@gmail.com, and I did it myself. I sent myself one to see how it works, and it comes up with like random letters and numbers.
Fredddy B. Hound.
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Right.
And what was the name of the site again?
Anonymousemail.com.
Anonymousemail.com.
Please, man, you can't make out great again if you're sitting on your thumbs.
That's right.
And we get that people are scared. I mean, we've all had moments where we were a little bit nervous talking about different things.
And the people that are out there that are listening and wondering and what have you, 90% of everything that comes on this post is from someone else.
That's right.
I mean, we just citizens.
That's right. We're just like y'all.
And somebody messages and says, hey, look into this. And we do. We try our dangest.
Some heroes don't wear capes.
Some heroes don't wear capes.
And some of them just drink beers together.
Yeah. I hit you.
And some of us drink Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. You shouldn't drink that aspartame and laced stuff. Bad for you.
Yeah, because it'll give you cancer.
That's right. Well, I take this big long drag of this cigarette
I'm
here.
sitting here with my eyes burning from y'all smoking, and you're worried about my aspartame.
That's
Kiss my
right.
aspartame.
So, with that being said, we're going to go back to the shit show right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate y'all listening.
Appreciate y'all joining.
And joining.
Absolutely. And message us for the love of God. If you've got something that you're afraid of and you're worried about,
Say something.
we'll say
Yeah.
it.
Say something.
If you see it,
Say it.
say it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Be a citizen.
That's right. And bring more people to us, you know?
You can't have enough eyes.
That's right.
You may not agree with everything.
I think we need to do something like a giveaway. You know, whoever adds the most new members this week, we give them a decal or something. Oh, and we've got to figure out the deal with T-shirts, because I think it was Rick.
Rick
I think
Birch?
it was Rick that was asking me tonight where to get a T-shirt.
And
And I said, well, we're working on it. We'll make an announcement soon. We're still working on it. But
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we could do at least decals or something to get people, whoever adds the most people.
Sure.
I think it's probably been me the last couple weeks. I just add people to my friends just to add them to the group. I don't know you people.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we want to bring people in, but we want to make people aware of what we're actually doing. I mean, yes, we want to see our numbers grow.
We need you to advertise it.
Yes, we need you to say, hey, look, here's a group of people that really care about their...
Just white trash rednecks.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else.
Yeah, we're just like y'all. We're
We
not...
ain't no better.
Yeah, we're not no Alex Jones. We're not we're not none of this, you know, mainstream bullshit. We are everyday average people.
No, you get a little bit loud. You really could be our Alex Jones.
Well, I'm sorry.
We could get you jumping. You
But
could jump up and down.
You can. I mean, you could. I mean, I could slam to. I could be like, I got facts right here. It's right here in black and white. Now, these people drink blood. I mean, I could do it. I mean, I really could. But the thing is I really want to make my town great again. I love this place. I moved off from it, but I found myself back from it. This town may be shitty, but it is my shitty town.
You.
I was born here, I was raised here, and these are my people, and I love you guys. And when I say that, I really mean it.
For all the problems, honestly, like I said, I've lived in numerous states. It really is one of the nicest places. It needs work for sure.
Yeah.
But
Can't happen without
No.
Right.
the citizens.
That's right.
Yeah.
It takes each and every one of you, the individuals. Because you are the government. And you can't change anything unless you get out there and be the change that you want to see.
and vote.
And
If you
votes.
look in the announcements on the group, I've got a thread on there to register to vote. Ava's got some voter registration events coming up. She's going to post on there. You have to be involved. You just have to.
That's right. And if you do not know your constitutional rights, you can actually reach out to a guy who is on our group named Joseph Marrero. This cat knows the Constitution like the back of his hand. He would be more than happy to share with you and to help teach you.
He's the one wanting to run for mayor.
Yes,
One of
them.
yes,
Yeah,
he is
yeah.
wanting to run
the other
for
one's
mayor.
A friend of yours, but he's in. Was he in Tennessee or something? Right
He
now?
is in Tennessee. He is, and he is making his way back to Op. Eventually, I think, and I think he's eventually going to put his hat in the race.
I want him to open up that daggone Dave and Buster type thing.
Yeah, man. Are you serious? Are you kidding?
God almighty, I'd be there tomorrow.
Drinking beers and playing video games?
Can't
Are you
believe
kidding?
didn't ask for a Hooters.
Well, we need one of them too.
Yeah,
Are you kidding? I like hot wings.
I like Hooters.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm JC Winning.
Matt Matters.
I'm Freddy B. Hound.
Thank you for listening. And
We are the Shitty of Op, and guess what? You just have shit the bed.